Hello hoppers, and welcome to the blackout of April 28th, 2025. Is a blackout in all of Spain, all of Portugal, parts of France, and parts of Germany that we know of. This has been my source of information. Nothing works. I wanted to film this because it's a hysterical thing that's going on here. Yes, we're all hysterical. It's a historic thing. This has never happened. All of a sudden, two countries have no electricity. The power is out. I wanted to film this blackout just in case this ever happens to you. You guys will be ready. That's the whole purpose of this video. And also to film this historic day, and hopefully it's just today and the lights will come back soon.
If you're new here, hi, my name is Anna. Some call me Mucho, and I believe every travel experience prepares you for life's toughest challenges.
Really a weird situation. It's like, oh yeah, you take things for granted. I'm gonna turn on the light, turn on the TV, send a message to somebody. Certain phone providers are not available, so you cannot contact relatives. Plus, the battery on your phone is going to run out and you have no way of charging it. So yeah, at 12:30 today, the lights went out. I was going to charge my phone, and I realized that it didn't go on, and then I tried the lights and there was no light. I was like, whoa, what is going on? I messaged my neighbors, do you guys have light? Like, we don't have light either. And then somebody said, hey, I'm working at the hospital and there's no light in the hospital. And then somebody says, there's no light in all of Spain because my colleagues working in Madrid have no light either. And I was like, oh, holy moly, what the heck is going on? I'll probably go out for a walk. The elevator doesn't work, so I have to go down a few flights of stairs. Good exercise. I'm going to go out now and see what's open and what's not. And I noticed that the stairs are dark. Of course, there's no light there. Yes, really dark. Jeez. Let's see if I'm gonna fall now. The situation right now here in Spain, I'm in A Coruña, northwest Spain. Supermarkets all closed because there's no light. Supermarket closed. Stores closed, no light. Closed stores are closed. They put wood on the doors and the windows. Yeah, so you see, like in that store, the employees are just hanging out at the door, waiting for the light to come back. The electronic stores, all the closed stores, they're all closed. And then some cafes have like the owners at the door just in case the light goes on, you know? But yeah. So what's important? The bare necessities. The hardware stores are very popular today. Schools also closed. See, kids don't have the PlayStation to play with, or their computer, or their Xbox, or whatever they have nowadays. And they're playing in a park. Amazing. You see, the streets are pretty full. The parks are packed. Lots of people are stuck in elevators. Lots of people stuck in elevators. And they've had to be really patient and wait for somebody to rescue them. I will not be able to cook today because I don't have any electricity. I won't be able to heat up, leftovers because I have no electricity. Also, I won't be able to make a coffee or a tea. Luckily, I have water. I'm happy with water. That's not a problem. But you see, people cannot cook at home, so they're going to fast food places.
This place had a gas stove.
Huge line. That's what people are doing, you know. They're not cooking anything in the restaurants because they don't have electricity. But everybody's enjoying a drink outdoors and meeting up with friends and just chatting.
Mueve, que es la antigua Cepsa, recordáis, ha cerrado las gasolineras a consecuencia de este apagón eléctrico.
So you see, this is how I'm getting my information. Gas stations, some are closed, some are not. Some were able to dispense gasoline to the cars. And but then the problem is paying, because most people pay with a credit card, and of course then there's no way of paying unless you have cash.
All right, so we're at a bank and you see that the screen is totally black. Nothing, you cannot take any money out.
Crazy what's going on here. It's so funny how the culture in Spain works.
Something that's really interesting is that people are gathered like in groups and talking, and they're gathering on the street. And like in the old times, you know, in the old days when people didn't have TVs and people didn't have cell phones, like there's a big group of people over there. It's really funny.
And luckily it's springtime, so the temperatures are fine. If this were to happen in winter, it would have been terrible because people could freeze, you know?
There's so many people out. It's really interesting. People can't be at home. They can't do anything at home, so everybody's out. This park is full of people.
Another thing, traffic lights aren't working, you know? So total chaos. I mean, here, more or less, it's okay.
This is a busy intersection, and you can see that the traffic lights are not working, so it's going to be difficult to coordinate this. Okay, the buses have priority. There is a little bit of chaos here. They have to coordinate who's going to pass. Now, for pedestrians, something really interesting has happened. Pedestrians have preference, and the cars are all stopping for pedestrians, which is really nice. It's such an eerie sight. See? No traffic light.
You know, in the big cities, it's pretty chaotic because the traffic lights aren't working. The trains stopped working. So a lot of people had to are stuck at train stations and taking buses instead.
Since we don't have internet, we don't have access to the apps to look up the times for the buses.
I usually have these things at home because when I travel, I usually need batteries. Sometimes I need a headlight. I need a power bank. Some of these things I've used in my travels, and that's why I have them. Like, for example, this radio was my dad's, and I for some reason I kept this radio, and I've been listening to the news, and I know what's going on in the world thanks to this little radio. It's battery operated, you know, batteries, regular batteries that I always have at home, and they're always ready to go. And I have a solar power bank. And that has been really useful because I placed it on a window in the sun at an angle, and it charged immediately. Well, it charged pretty well, and then I was able to charge this phone. The sun is coming around this way, so I think pretty soon the sun will be hitting that window over there, and I'll be charging this phone again because I was thinking of filming with my camera, but my batteries are dead. This is my power bank, and it's solar. And it has worked really well. It charged my phone perfectly in less than an hour. Yeah, it was okay. Having a solar powered device is really important, but like right now the clouds are coming in, and of course at night I will be able to charge whatever the power bank, so you have to manage the energy as well as you can. Just in case you are ever in a blackout, make sure you have a radio, batteries, water, some food, canned food. Just be ready for, you know, anything that can happen.
If you want me to film a video where I describe what items you should have for a blackout, let me know in the comments.
I always like that little code with the cow eating the grass. So these Tetra bricks, they're called. You don't have to refrigerate them, and like this lasts for a few months, so you could have these and they don't go bad. When you're ready, you're not as nervous. You know, it happens with travel. When you prepare for travel, you're more confident about whatever may come, with your ability to solve whatever may come. I always thought something like this could happen, you know. I remember the blackout of '77 in New York City. I was supposed to take an airplane the next day And I went to the airport and I was able to get that flight. I remember exactly that. It was the day after the blackout that I had to take a flight. So I don't remember how I packed. I don't remember. I truly think we're going to have power in a few hours because on the radio they said there are parts of northern Spain that already have gotten their power back. It's going by regions, by regions, and hopefully it'll come here soon. Yeah, especially at night, it's like once it gets dark, I'm assuming like the street lights are probably not going to work, right? An important thing is that we do have water. Luckily, it didn't affect the water. So, because you really don't know how these things work. I start thinking, is there a pump that needs energy to move the water along, or I don't know how these things work. So it's just a very odd situation because we're all like so connected to our digital devices, and I was going to look things up on the computer and I was going to do things today and call people. Not all phone providers are available or are working. So I just got a phone call actually, and the connection was really bad. I'm gonna stop filming now, and later on I'll give you guys an update, see what's going on.
So my friend is checking to see if there are batteries in this store, and no batteries. They're in demand. Some of the stores are open, but you see there's no light, so it's very, very dark. You have to have either a flashlight or... My friend is still looking for batteries. Lots of people are buying flashlights too. Oh, and by the way, another thing people are buying are lighters to light their candles. People don't have those at home nowadays, But the problem is the money. Some people pass by and say, oh, but we don't have enough money. Or just to buy a flashlight. Maybe they don't have enough money to buy a flashlight. Or batteries, So, and you can't go to an automatic teller. So, complicated situation. Let's see what my friend bought. She bought these batteries. See, these aren't as popular. The bigger ones. So there were plenty of these. Everybody's buying flashlights and batteries. I'm at a bar. I just climbed 73 steps. But people are stuck in elevators and in tunnels, like train tunnels, subway tunnels. Now that's scary. Who knows how long it's going to take to get those people out. So it's not so bad in my case, right? A quick update, it's 7:15 and still no electricity. Time to charge the phone. Hey hoppers, it's 9:54 and we still don't have light. It's 10 o'clock and still no light. It's almost 11 o'clock and still no lights. It really looks dangerous outside because it's very dark. You don't see any lights whatsoever, because when a pedestrian is going to cross the street, you really don't see it. So cars are going really slowly, which is good. The street lights have not gone on. I've never been in a situation in a city where it was so dark. It's really creepy, and I'm glad I'm home and not outside right now. Not because of anything, not because there's going to be anything bad, just that you can trip over something. You don't see what's on the floor. The cars don't see you. Like you see the lights of the cars, but they don't light up the sidewalks, So you see people walking their dogs and you're wondering, they don't have any light. They don't have a flashlight with them or anything like that. So it's dangerous out there, really. I hope the night goes well and peaceful, and tomorrow morning I hope things will be back to normal. Whatever normal is. I'm ready for bed because you really can't do much. It's very difficult to read. And so I think I'm just going to go to bed. I'll listen to the radio a little bit and then I'm going to bed. And we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, hoppers.
After 13 hours of a power outage, a blackout, not just of electricity, but also of digital services, we have light, we have power.
So what caused the blackout in Europe? Some commentators speculated that the grid could have been overloaded by the amount of wind and sun available, as renewables are more intermittent than other forms of energy, and sudden fluctuations in sunshine or wind can cause problems. They're still investigating, though.
Here is something else that didn't work.
Thanks for watching, hoppers!